All you got to do is hit on one of these, and you're going to continue to make futures bets. So
Okay.
I'll kick us off. This is something we've talked about. I don't think I need a whole lengthy explanation on it because we've talked about it for months. But Lions to win the NFC North at plus 185 just feels like criminal value right now. The fact that they're not the favorites, and Green Bay is. I get it. Micah Parsons is a great addition, but come on, let's just go. If we really want to go player for player, coach for coach, roster spot for roster spot, everything is going to favor the Lions.
Yeah, I got it too. I just think that, and obviously it's nice that if you did wait to do it until after the Micah Parsons deal, but maybe you feel less confident about it because of it. Who knows? But yeah, once again, the Lions are just being criminally underrated by not just the NFL fandom and league-wide people that watch the game, but the sports books as well. So it's a best time ever to get value on the Lions. Plus 185, I'm with it.
I'm highlighting this one because we both agree on it. All right, let's you go now.
Okay, I got a good one. I mentioned this a little bit yesterday when we did the AFC over-unders, but Bills to be the 1 seed in the AFC plus 260. I'm in love with this. I'm very, very confident that the Bills will win 13 or 14 games this year. Like I talked about, since we've moved to this 17-game format, it seems like there's a team inevitable, especially with how bad we think some of these teams are going to be this year in the NFL, like the Saints and Browns. If both of those teams win 2 or 3 games apiece, that means somebody is winning 15 games. I think the Bills are the team that is locked in the most to win this. I decided to go with the plus 260 to be the 1 seed because if you do an alt over of 13.5 wins for them, it's only plus 230. So I was basically going to take whichever's better value there. Bills plus 260 to be the 1 seed is where I went.
What about plus 14 wins? Because it basically takes 14 wins to get the 1 seed, right?
Well, that's over 13.5 wins would be 14 wins.
Oh.
Yes.
I thought you said 13 plus. Okay. I don't hate that.
Bills to get 15 wins is where it gets a little crazy. That's nearly plus 500. It's plus 490.
I'd rather just take 1 seed.
Exactly. That's a little bit too crazy. Bills to be the 1 seed plus 260. I think it's really good value. I think the only teams that are really scaring them for this is the Ravens. I genuinely don't think the Chiefs will be the 1 seed this year. I'm not one of these people that's fading the Chiefs season-wide by any means. But I think it's Bills and Ravens race to be the 1 seed.
I don't hate that one. But what I like a little bit more, and obviously because way less odds, Texans to win the AFC South. You would think this would be minus odds, right? It's not.
Yeah, but there isn't a ton of division minus odds. It's only the obvious ones that are at minus odds.
Plus 115. This feels like a steal, right? CJ Stroud has to get hurt for this to not hit. This is going to be one of the 3 or 4 best defenses in the NFL if they can stay healthy and just no injury concerns.
And I think the big part with this one is there really is only one other team that's threatening them. It's not like they're. It's not like the Colts or Titans have a chance to win the division. There's literally no chance. So it's just, can the Jags really break out enough where they do threaten the Texans? Yeah, I like that one. It just seems pretty obvious. It's the obvious pick. They've won it the last 2 years, and it'd be pretty surprising if they didn't this season.
You're up.
Okay. I'm trying to decide where I want to go here. If I want to go player or team prop here, because I have a few that I like. I'll go player prop here. I know you're going to like this one. Because I mean, you've been talking about this guy all offseason, but I like it as well. Nico Collins to get 1,250 receiving yards is plus 130.
Yes.
1,250 for Nico Collins. Look, if he stays healthy, he does this in his sleep. This is going to be an obvious Nico Collins one. There's a couple things for him to even lead the league in receiving yards at really good value. I'm not obviously doing that, but plus odds for him to get 1,250. He was on pace to absolutely crush this number a year ago before he got injured. So obviously when you bet any of these things, you're relying on no injuries, but I'm relying on no injuries here for Nico Collins.
I'll take it a step further. Nico Collins plus 1,600 offensive player of the year. Nico Collins plus 2,000 to lead the league in receiving touchdowns.
Oh, man, you did not take it a step further. You went 2 flights of stairs up, dude.
I'm all in on Nico Collins this season.
Player
I'm
of
all
the year.
in. He's the most underrated receiver in the NFL.
Look, just because you drafted him in fantasy doesn't mean that he is going to win the award.
I don't have him in one league. I wish I had him in all my leagues. I think Nico Collins is closer to Jefferson and Jamar than he is to, say, a Devonta Smith or a I don't know who's a middling tier wide receiver one, like a Mike Evans. I think he's closer. Mike Evans is probably better than a middling tier, but you get what I'm saying. I think he's closer to the top of the top than he is anything else. Now, offense player of the year for 1,600 seems a little steep. Leading the league in receiving touchdowns, I don't think it's all that crazy because I do think this team is going to pass more often than not, and that's part of the reason I also had C.J. Stroud to win MVP at plus 2,500.
Aren't we supposed to be giving out like locks here?
No, not necessarily. I'm throwing out as many as possible to see what we can agree on by the end of it. So far, it's Lions to win the North. But Stroud plus 2,500. I didn't want to go with one of the top three guys, although like Mahomes plus 600 also just feels like
Mahomes,
incredible value.
It's kind of like one of those things when LeBron was in his prime. Like, just bet on Mahomes to win the MVP every year because it happens every like 2 or 3 years anyways.
Right.
You'll long-term make money.
Right. Those would be my two picks. Mahomes being the little bit of a safer play and Stroud being the long play. I look at it, there's not a ton of threats in that division. I expect them to win 11 or 12 games this season.
An 11-win team quarterback is not winning the MVP.
Hear me out. They don't have a running back, Kyle. They're going to pass the ball, I think, a lot more than people realize.
Chubb?
Even though they're going to have, a defense that puts them in pretty good positions. If Stroud is just constantly throwing the ball and Nico Collins has as good of a season as we kind of think he's going to have, then I think there's a world where C.J. Stroud is like reinserted back into the top 5 conversation. I still think he's one of the 5 best quarterbacks in the NFL, and I don't think I've ever wavered from that. But last year, it feels like everyone kind of threw him out the window and was like, oh, we got this new shiny toy in Jaden Daniels. I think Stroud throws himself back into that elite tier conversation. And look, plus 2,500 for a reason. But if there's a guy that I'm picking outside of those top 4 quarterbacks, I think it's Stroud.
There is legitimately 0% chance that one of the top 4 guys doesn't win MVP.
Zero?
0% chance one of
Zero.
Lamar. Zero. There is a 0% chance one of
Zero.
Lamar, Allen, Burrow, and who did I miss? Mahomes don't win MVP. If one of those 4 guys doesn't win the MVP, it's a world that we're not living in. There's no chance that anyone has better numbers. It's just because 2 of the or 3 of the 4. Okay, can you quit that? 3 of the 4 of those teams are just going to be really good. So it's like you're relying on all 3 of those teams to not be as good. And then Burrow is just going to have the craziest numbers ever if he stays healthy, no matter how good they are. So it's just for someone to leap all 4 of those guys, 0. Yes.
Okay.
That's the worst one you've had so far.
I won't highlight that one then.
But Nico Collins, sure, I'm cool on that. Nico Collins, by the way, had 1,000 yards last year in 12 games.
Yeah.
Meaning if he just played in even 4 more games, let's say he misses 1, he would just need 50 yards a game to reach that 1,250 number. So I think he's absolutely doing it. Okay, I got a good one here. It's one I've been talking about all offseason. Vikings to make the playoffs, plus 115. Plus odds here for Minnesota. I'm still all in on Minnesota. I think that they are the second best team in this division. I know Green Bay adds Micah Parsons. I think they can all 3 still make the playoffs just like last year. But the Vikings just seem to be, once again, a popular fade team, kind of like the Lions are, and their roster's way too good to just be at plus money to make the playoffs. So
I had the exact same bet written down, plus 114 Minnesota to make the playoffs.
Yeah,
so I'll highlight that one too.
Big fan of that one. Okay, I'll let you take one here.
Travis Hunter, 10 touchdowns, plus 700. This includes if he gets a pick 6.
Man, you're just going. Oh, this does include a pick 6.
It does. There's a prop for him to have 10 total touchdowns this season, defense included.
I don't know. I just don't know what to do with the Travis Hunter stuff, man. I'm not like disagreeing with you. I just am kind of staying away from it all.
I'm all in on the fact that I think he can play both ways, and that the fact that the defensive touchdowns count towards this, I think makes it a little bit more enticing. But if they're only going to have him play one way, like let's say by week 4 they're like, this is too much for the guy. Let's convert him to one thing. It's definitely going to be offense. Like, it's just not going to be defense. They have an offensive-minded head coach. They took him 2nd overall for him to catch touchdown passes. And the thing that I think that gets forgotten about him is his, like, tracking ability and ability to, go up, contort his body, and bring a ball in is amongst the best we've ever seen for prospects. He's a little bit more slim. Like, he's not this perfect receiver that, like, a Marvin Harrison was coming into the draft, even though I know that was a little bit disappointing. But the one thing that this guy, you can, in fact, count on him to do upon arrival in the league, I think, is to catch touchdowns. He is going to score when Trevor Lawrence throws him the ball in the end zone. 10 of them, that seems very likely. So I'll take Travis Hunter, 10 touchdowns.
I just feel like with Brian Thomas Jr. there, like he still gets more touchdowns, right?
Maybe, probably.
I would assume he does.
Who's to say they can't both score? They don't have their third option is Tim Patrick.
It's true. It's a good point. Okay, I'll give you another one. I'm going back to the player route here. This is a little bit of longer odds one for me. And it's one where I'm taking the favorite in something, which I don't necessarily love to do. But at the end of the day, for this guy to be the favorite at plus 550, I love it. Derrick Henry to lead the league in rushing touchdowns is at plus 550. He was tied last year with Jahmyr Gibbs and James Cook, and both of those guys have much better odds. But I just feel like with how good the Ravens offense once again is going to be, Lamar doesn't steal a ton of rushing touchdowns like Jalen Hurts does from a Saquon Barkley, like a David Montgomery does from a Jahmyr Gibbs, like a Josh Allen does from a James Cook. I just think that Henry at plus 550, I know he's older and everything. He scored a touchdown for the first 11 weeks last season. I like these odds for Derrick Henry to lead the league in rushing touchdowns.
What happens if there's a tie? Is it a loss?
It's a good question. It's probably a wash, which is dumb. He probably should just win it. You probably should win your bet, but I feel like it's probably a wash.
Maybe it's a push,
which is unfortunate. Yeah, you probably just get your money back, which obviously stinks. But no, maybe you do. Maybe no. There's no way they pay out for 3 different people though, like it would have been for last year. So yeah, it's definitely a push. But yeah, I like that one.
I like that one. I think you and I are both high on this team, and I think this might be the way to bet it. How about Liam Cohen to win Coach of the Year at plus 1,000?
That could be the way to bet it. Yeah, it typically goes to a first-year head coach.
The options are like Caleb Williams, Ben Johnson, Liam Cohen, Mike Vrabel are the 3 guys at the top. And Mike Vrabel's kind of being the guy that's picked as everyone's like, this team's going to jump forward. But what if Trevor Lawrence just comes out and he's a gunslinger and looks awesome right away? And the Jags, in that division end up finishing with 9 wins. Can Liam Cohen win Coach of the Year? Duval. I think that's totally on the table.
Duval.
Plus 10,000 or plus 1,000. That's the way I would be betting the Jaguars.
Yeah,
You want to highlight that one?
Yeah, I think I like that one actually. Do it because I'm not obsessed with the Texans to win the division. I think it is obvious, and the fact it is plus odds, yes. But I just had there is a world where the Jags can sneakily win this thing. So I think I like that one. Yeah, I'm with you there. Okay, I got another player one, and this goes back to your Travis Hunter thing a little bit. The fact that Cam Ward is basically the lone rookie starting quarterback in this class and is plus 300 to win Offensive Rookie of the Year, the second number 2 guy, I like that. Look, I understand Ashton Jenney, top 10 pick. He's the favorite right now. You have Travis Hunter. Who knows really what he's going to be about. But the last several years we've had either loaded wide receiver rookie classes where there's just a ton of different options to win the award, or B, several different starting quarterbacks as rookies to choose from. We have neither of those this season. There is not a large group of elite wide receiver prospects, and Cam Ward is the only guy that is threatening to win this award from the quarterback position. So Ashton Jenney would really have to do some crazy, crazy stuff. I think if Cam Ward legitimately just has a solid season, him being a quarterback in general will win him this award. So plus 300 for Offensive Rookie of the Year, I think that's kind of a steal.
You're not worried about Ted McMillan?
Not at all.
Just kidding.
He would have to have a crazy year. That's what it takes. Remember, Mac Jones almost won Rookie of the Year over Jamar Chase.
Pro Bowler.
Yeah, exactly. That's just because of the quarterback position that really plays into it.
I'll go another Offensive Player of the Year one. CeeDee Lamb plus 2,000 feels kind of insane right now.
I agree.
The fact that he has longer odds than Nico Collins, longer odds than Justin Jefferson. I guess that one makes a little bit more sense. But CeeDee, everyone thinks the new addition of George Pickens is going to, maybe he gets the ball a little more and CeeDee's numbers go down. No, they're going to do the exact opposite.
Yeah, once again, who's the running back on that team? I think that really plays into this.
They're going to throw the ball 50 times a game. They're going to be targeting CeeDee. And the fact that Pickens is out there now to be the big receiver on the outside is going to free up CeeDee to do basically anything in how the Cowboys want to use him. I think CeeDee could be, I took him 4th overall in my fantasy draft.
I took him
redraft.
second.
Yeah. So you like this one?
Yeah,
I
like this one for sure. I also did I told you the Nico Collins one I did for the 1,250 receiving yards. I did that same one with CeeDee, and I just parlayed him because CeeDee's minus 110 for it.
What about CeeDee to just win Offensive Player of the Year?
I think it's a good play. If there's a receiver to do it this year, I think it's him.
Okay.
So I do like that one. I wish you could bet him to lead the league in receptions. Because the yards I don't extremely love. I think he leads the league in receptions this year, though. He almost did it 2 years ago. He nearly
second to Amon-Ra.
He nearly broke exactly. So I think that CD to lead the league in receptions would be a lock, but you can't place it, so it's tough. All right, you want me to throw out one more? Or you want to finish this up?
Do one more, unless you don't do the one that I want to do.
Well, do yours, because I don't know what you mean by that.
How have neither of us done Aiden Hutchinson to win Defensive Player of the Year?
Sure, yeah, I like that.
750. He's well on his way to doing it last year. Well on his way to setting a franchise record in sacks last year. I expect him to do that again this year. Biggest competition, Micah Parsons. I think Jared Verse is really going to throw his name into this conversation. He's plus 1,500, which I don't think is a bad bet at all. Just kind of like one of the quietly best edge rushers in the league the second half of last season for the Rams in his rookie year. I expect a big leap from him. I expect a big leap from Will Anderson. Micah Parsons, obviously, if he just has like a good season, probably going to win it because of the narrative. But I love Hutchinson with the comeback player of the year as well. You can't parlay them. But Hutchinson plus 750 to win defensive player of the year. You can take his over in sacks too. And for him to win comeback player of the year, it's like plus 270. I would take both of those.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, Hutchinson, like you said, was on pace for him to get that good a value based off of what he did last year. I think it's a lock. I like that one. I mean, not a lock, but it's good value.
989-837-6125. So the ones that we liked were Lions to win the division, Hutchinson Depoy, Liam Cohen Coach of the Year, CeeDee Lamb just anything, Nico Collins anything, and Minnesota to make the playoffs. Deal?
Sounds good.
989-837-6125. Hopefully we can make